All right, welcome to the OG Photography Video Studio. I'm trying to figure out how to shoot this giant speaker in here. But we're gonna talk about some fun stuff. I understand the application of this in a garage. The garage guy is a bit ridiculous, but you never know. I don't think we're gonna stock these in large quantity, and so really I'm making this video for those of you who wanna support us. And you're interested in this speaker, you're interested in speakers in general, and you're looking for what I like because you're not as into it as I am. And so that's where this comes in. This is an Evoke 50. So this is in the walnut wood finish, which is my favorite finish. I've actually bought every color. So we have blonde wood, we have gloss black, I have gloss white, and then of course this walnut wood. This is my favorite version of finish in the Evoke line. But when we're talking Dynaudio, you have Emit, which is their new entry level, which replaced, what was it? Why am I forgetting the name of it? Because I had a pair of them in my wash bay for a really long time. So Emit is entry level, then Evoke, which is what this line is, then Contour 60. I have those in my sort of family room theater at the house, and then Confidence is their ultimate line, and they've had a bunch of different variants along the way. And so every time Dynaudio has come out with, I've spent an extensive amount of time talking with them and with their experts, just out of the love of the product and us, sort of love festing on it, and them teaching me about the stuff. But every time they've sort of revamped or come out with a new line, it's like, for instance, the Contours, or I guess the Evokes, are as good as the old Contour was, because they take a lot of what they learned in their higher end speaker lines and kind of bring it down into the bass line. And so this is the biggest of them. So there's an Evoke 50. We'll make an Evoke 30 video in the future. There's an Evoke 20, which is one of my favorite bookshelf speakers, and then Evoke 10, which is a little guy, the little speaker. And then they actually make a center channel for this as well, in the Evoke 25C, which their center channels are actually the most, they price them accordingly, but it's the most expensive speaker for them to make, because they're basically taking this and like turning on its side and trying to fit it below a TV. But you'll notice just the simple fit and finish. These are manufactured in Denmark. That's where the Emit line comes in. The Emit line is manufactured in China to the Danish spec with their contract manufacturers. This stuff is made in Denmark, so it costs a lot more. I think the result is better. I don't know that I would call it considerably better, but the fit and finish, the fact that you're getting a real wood finish, and then of course the Ceratar tweeter, and then the drivers are all manufactured in Denmark. They're, I believe, hand manufactured in most cases, and so you're getting this is their sort of entry-level Danish line. The Emit stuff, again, don't slouch on it. Emit is very similar to LYD. The LYDs are the studio monitors that I love so much, and so Emit would be if you just can't swing it. The speaker right now in 2021, I'm assuming prices are going to go up on things, but right now it's $49.99. It's $5,000 for a pair, and these are only sold as pairs. And so what you're getting is this is what they call their Ceratar, Cerotar. And so they have Isotar and they have Isotech in the car world, but the Ceratar woofer is a new design for Evoke, and then they have something called Helix. What do they call that? Yeah, it's Ceratar with Helix, or not Ceratar with Hexus. And Hexus has to do with, again, their pinpoint accuracy, and as well as, I didn't know this was possible, but smoothing out, reducing some of the brightness of a tweeter. And so that's what with some of their tech. It's funny, they throw out these buzzwords that Dynaudio does this, but they don't really tell you much about what it actually does. They tell you what it does, but not how it does it. And that's largely probably due to protect their intellectual property. Then you have a 15 centimeter woofer. 15 centimeters works out to be, 5.9 inches, and which is in the mid-range. This is crossover in the mid-range frequency. And then you have a pair of 18 centimeter, which is, what is that, 7 inches roughly, to 7-inch woofers that are crossed over in the low frequency. So the speaker plays down to about 35 hertz, plus or minus 3 dB, I think, but it plays down relatively low. I like these a lot on their own, but I want a subwoofer. I'm a subwoofer kind of guy. I'm not much of a 2-channel kind of guy. So to me, I want these in a multi-channel environment. I want the ability to be able to turn them on in stereo if I want to, but I'm always going to run, and the perfect combination with these is the sub 6, which is the dual 9-inch. Or even if you have a few more dollars to scrape together, do take the studio sub. We take the core sub and put it with these. It sounds freaking incredible. I'm really surprised. I knew I liked these. I love these speakers. It starts with me from the car audio world of Dynaudio and that signature sound that they have, that smooth. It's almost borderline on boring. So I want to set your expectations properly here. These are very sophisticated, very smooth, sort of middle of the road sound signature speakers. They're not huge in the bottom end. They're not huge on high frequencies. They're just right smack perfect in the middle where I want them to be. So you can sit there and listen to a set of Dynaudio speakers in hours and hours at relatively high volumes and not be fatigued like you would with other speakers. That's why I like them so much. They're not efficient, but they're not so inefficient that they can't work on something like a NAD T77A, like a basic, decent receiver. But the more power you give them, the better they're going to sound. So these are crossed over. This is a 3-way crossover, and then the binding posts on the back here. We'll probably grab some B-roll here, but the binding posts. These are not bi-wireable, so this will keep your life simple. Even though they take tons of power, this is one of the things that I sort of question a bit. These will accept tons of power, but there's not really any way to get it to them unless you just give it to them in a single binding post. So there's no bi-amping or bi-wireable capability on any of the Dynaudios, even the Confidence line. So that's clearly a judgment call from Dyn. They're not believers in bi-amplification or bi-wiring, I guess. I'd like to get some more clarity on that in the future. This weighs 50-something pounds. Each one of these weighs 59.3 pounds, so it's pretty heavy. But again, there's no amplifier in here. There's no power in here, so you're going to have to, have a decent amplifier in order to get something out of these. So the 50s, what we're going to do for now, unless we get really popular in the audio world, is I'm going to special order them. And so they're generally stocked, and we'll drop ship them right from Indiana, which is what there's only 6 online dealers of these things. I'm one of them. These, same thing with like contours and stuff like that. We would drop ship those. We're not going to advertise the contours. We're not going to advertise the Confidence. We can order them for you if you want. I am going to stock the Evoke 10s and the Evoke 20s because those do fit really well in the garage. But as we transition to doing more home projects, as I build out Destination Obsessed Garage, which I've talked a lot about, we'll start to actually, I think, really get more dedicated and focused on providing you home theater solutions. Like I said, these I'm having in the store as a special order for those of you who just want to support us and help us get there. If you're going to buy them, you're going to pay the same price anywhere, and so you might as well, if you can, help me out here. Help me chase this dream. So let's put them on the floor here. Notice the grill. The grill is magnetic. Let's throw it on the floor here, and we'll capture some sound for you. Which is kind of stupid, but I know you all want to see that. You want to hear that through your iPhone. You want to hear it on your laptop speaker, what these speakers sound like, which is kind of dumb. But let's hook it up real quickly. So these have traditional spade connected or banana connected binding posts. I actually like Dynaudio speakers pretty neutrally towed. So I think that they should be set up as almost flat. I spent a lot of time playing with how they sound. This room is not a great room. We're gonna have acoustic treatment stuff come in. I like putting speakers in this room because they can sound good in here with this metal background and this rather odd ceiling with metal rafters and stuff open, and the echo, the slap echo we have in this room still. If they can sound decent in here, they can sound great in the garage too. And the cool thing about the Dynaudios being so smooth is that they tend to sound great in any type of room, I think. But your room does make a difference. So red to red, black to black. I'm using banana connectors on these Metro Velux cables. Something really, quite simple. And then I think, one of the best platforms to listen is NAD, and NAD via Blue OS. And so I'm going to listen to MQA, which I know a lot of people don't love. I'm probably going to transition. I'm going to get a subscription to Qobuz, Qobuz. I'd like to listen to that. A lot of the guys that I listen to, a lot of the like the owner of PS Audio, I think is brilliant. I listen to John Darko on YouTube, which I think is the best audio review channel. Or just audio discussion channel on YouTube, and they're always talking about Qobuz, and I just haven't spent any time with it. Most people don't love MQA. I think it sounds pretty decent, and I'm not nitpicking anyway. So we'll play some cuts for you, and I'll come back and wrap this up. All right, so that's the Dynaudio Evoke 50s. Huge fan. I think walnut wood is the way to go if you're looking for my recommendation. Blonde wood, if it makes sense for you. Check out some of the photos on the product page. Go to obsessedgarage.com. We'll special order these for you, get them to you rather quickly. They might actually go out quicker than some of the stuff I have here if they're in stock at Dynaudio. I believe the facility is in Indiana where we ship from. Eventually I will stock these. Just, the boxes comes up to my chin. It's a giant, double layered, double boxed, giant enclosure that we ship out to you, the speakers in, and they cost quite a bit to ship to you, but we can get them. They are available. I appreciate your support. If you have any questions, hit me up, Matt at obsessedgarage.com, or if you don't want to, if you want to get an answer quicker, go to support at obsessedgarage.com. Be happy to help you, give you my take. I've been playing with audio since I was 15 years old, or probably younger than that, and I've acquired quite a bit of taste just from a lot of trial and error on these, and this pair of speakers, this floor standing pair of speakers, are some of my favorite speakers made today. So thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. See you soon.